serious guys. You know him from The Hangover, Role Models, Knocked Up, and Ride Along 2. Now he's bringing the laughs as Dr. Ken Friday nights here on ABC 7. Take a look.
Excuse me, little boy. Oh, you are a grown man. It was hard to tell. Still is.
Ross Kirkland, the Valley's sleaziest ambulance chaser.
Ken Park, the Valley's tiniest doctor. Nice khakis. Did you take those from an abandoned Blockbuster video?
Oh, yeah? Nice suit. Where'd you get it? The haberdashery downtown?
Please welcome Dr. Ken Jeong. Yeah, I love it.
Pretty impressive.
Yes.
Windy City. Windy City.
Yes. I'm so impressed. Where did you learn those dance moves?
Oh, I've been rehearsing that for this segment for 3 months in L.A. with this choreographer.
It paid off.
It paid off. Oh, my God. Give it up to my dad, choreographer.
So we know you can dance. We know you can act. We know that you are a real doctor in real life. Are people surprised to find out that you are an actual doctor and were for many years?
Oh, yeah. People are always surprised that because you know, the way I act, and I don't blame them. You know, I jumped out naked out of a trunk. You know, so usually most doctors don't do that. I mean, I don't know how they do it here in the Midwest, but in L.A. it rarely happens.
Right. So when you were growing up, did you? Okay, you wanted to be a doctor, but when did the acting bug set in?
All right. When I was undergrad, I went to undergrad at Duke University, and it was the first time I did some acting and theater, and I loved performing. So even before I became a doctor, I was kind of bitten by the performing bug. And once I got into med school, I started doing like stand-up comedy. I started performing, and it really as a hobby, because at that time, I honestly didn't. I honestly just didn't think either realistically if I could have a full-time career in the business. So for me, it became my golf and just kind of a side passion.
Got it. So we know you can dance, we know you can act, we know you're like brilliant, but I hear you do a mean Johnny Carson impersonation.
Oh, wow.
In Korean.
You know.
So that's like a double. You get like 2 points. No, like 10 points for that.
This is like Johnny Carson talking about John Wayne Bobbitt, whose wife at that time had dismembered his member. So that was famous. So if it was just like I don't know, I can even stand up. It was just kind of like,
do whatever you want to do.
So this is Johnny Carson in Korean talking about John Wayne Bobbitt, a bit from 20 years ago. So it's just like, is that John Wayne Bobbitt, Jaji Gobs up. Jaji got up, so.
20 years old? Okay, your wife's a doctor. Is she, like, when you come home, is she looking at you like, really, you call that work? Like, I've been, like, helping. I mean, what's the dynamic now? Because she's probably like, oh, yeah, you and your big head coming through the door, and I'm helping heal people and feel better, and then you're off laughing and giggling and shooting the breeze with these people on set.
Honey, that work was so hard. It was so hard. I mean, the escargot was so dry. Oh, yeah.
Is she over you, or is she?
No, honestly, it was my wife who encouraged me to do acting full time. She knew she married an actor at heart, and the first movie I'd ever booked was Knocked Up, where I played a doctor, and the writer-director Judd Apatow really gave me my big break, which led to The Hangover. And it was after that time my wife was like, you got it's like the college coach said, you got to go pro. If you're not going to do it now, you'll never do it.
Are you giving medical advice on set?
All the time. I mean, I get asked all. I mean, actually, to your point, Hangover 2 in Bangkok, one of Ed Helms' best friends had food poisoning, and one of the most jarring scenes to see me, more than just playing Mr. Chow, is Mr. Chow talking as I'm talking right now. So we're like the seedy strip club in Bangkok doing a scene, and then literally, like, Ed hands me the phone. I'm like, I'm saying, ha, stupid. Oh my God, Chris, are you okay? Oh, God. You should go to the walk-in clinic, maybe have some Cipro, okay? Maybe some IV fluids. I literally had to go back into the accent to normalize the situation, so I had to go, you know, to go back.
All that medical school and practicing being a doctor, I mean, it really worked out perfectly.
Yeah, I co-created and co-wrote the pilot, and it's loosely based on my life as a doctor in LA with my wife and kids. Also, it's, you know, and that's the similarities end there, because I mean, on the show, you know, I'm definitely like fudging it a bit by just playing it big and more over the top, and even at home playing it more big and over the top. But in real life as a physician, I was actually pretty straight. People are always surprised I did comedy as a hobby. I was very hardcore, like, because I took it as a response. I mean, you know, it's life and death, and even if it's not, it's stuff that can lead to life and death. So you know, I always took it very. I didn't want anyone to really bump on the fact that I had a hobby of that. So I didn't want to be like Patch Adams going like, you know, you got herpes, but I got your nose. I don't want to be that guy.
Right.
I mean,
we're all absorbing that. Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want that. So I would never.
I mean, do you realize like I mean, you're a huge deal, period. But I mean, what a huge deal you are. I mean, what a huge deal you are for.
WCL, represent.
What a huge deal you are for, especially for Asian Americans, because, like, I mean, growing up, we had none of this. I mean, we didn't have. I mean, we had like, you know, Margaret Cho, who you cast her in your show.
Yeah, she's my sister on the show. Yeah.
But like, we have 2 shows now. We have Fresh Off the Boat and Dr. Ken on ABC. Like, do you feel a pressure from this? You know.
No, I feel. I feel like we're part of a movement now. There seems to be like, especially with Fresh Off the Boat. If it wasn't for the success of Fresh Off the Boat, you know, I wouldn't have a show. What I love now, and this is because of what Margaret Cho did. Honestly, Margaret Cho is the true OG, you know, like pioneer of All American Girl, also coincidentally on ABC, maybe not so coincidentally, because that really paved the way for all. I mean, I think every Asian American in entertainment, in comedy, owes a debt of gratitude to Margaret Cho. She really is. She really. And I was her opening act in college. Like, it was one of my first stand-up acts. I was her opening act, and there's a lot of full circle moments with Margaret, and I think we all owe her a big debt of gratitude.
Well, Ken, thanks for coming by. You deserve all the success that has come your way. You're such a nice guy. So come back and see us anytime.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.